sin. One team here might need to ask for forgiveness, sitting just outside the rankings and wanting what their opponent today has, a spot in the top 25. Welcome, everyone, to the home of the Arizona State Sun Devils, Mountain America Stadium in Tempe. As we see a squad from the Big 12, the Cincinnati Bearcats, taking on a participant from the playoff last year, the Arizona State Sun Devils. For EA Sports College Football, I'm Reese Davis, here with David Pollack and Jesse Palmer. Guys, let's get this thing rolling. The Bearcats will put total leather to crank us up. And here's the return. He was hoping for something a little more dynamic, but they get him on the ground at the 20. So Arizona State's offense has the ball first today. This is a big-time quarterback that we're going to be seeing today, but getting the job done against a defense like this, what words of wisdom do you have for him, Jesse?
Well, I think you've got to prepare like you've never prepared before. That's one thing he told us. He spent extra time in the film room. He spent extra time on the field after practice all week because I think he understands the challenge that lies ahead of him. He knows this is...
He's got it down the left. They got him free for a big gainer to the 43.
Man, this defense is reeling already. First play of the game, and you give up an explosive play in the passing game just like that. They better collect themselves and buckle up and get ready to go.
That big play is just what they needed. Now they have it 1st and 10 just outside the 40. They'll run it from the gun. This junior making his presence felt and making the stop after a short gain. It can get pretty wild in the Big 12. Some of these outposts are like snake pits when you have to go on the road. Got to get off to a quick start in conference play.
It is always wacky, Reese. Like, there's always something that happens in the Big 12, and somebody comes out of nowhere in the Big 12 every single year. So, starting in conference play, Palmer, these games start to really matter, really add up, and the pressure amplifies.
It's so true, too. When you think about the Big 12 conference, it just seems like teams get caught sleepwalking. So, you've got to start fast. And the challenge, I think, for these coaching staffs, these two teams, every week they've got to have their team ready to go, and it starts today.
To the air, it's Beam. Just a short pass to the tight end. Stopped and forced out of bounds at the 21-yard line, just outside the red zone, and they are looking to get one in here. Wants to go up top on 1st down. Under pressure, and down he goes at the 33.
And protecting their quarterback is job number 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, as many as you want to put it up. They got to make sure they take care of him so he can make those plays. Defense wins this rep. They win up front, get to the quarterback, and get the sack.
Nowhere close on that one as he got drilled trying to deliver the football, and now they face 3rd down.
And these coaches have these play sheets over there on the sidelines, and there's so many calls they want to call, and they want to make explosive plays. But you got to protect your QB, and he's already been sacked. Now he's hit again. Like, they've got to protect him up front if they want a chance of doing damage on the offensive side of the football.
He makes a grab. Works his way to the 4-yard line, and they'll have it 1st and goal. He'll set up to throw. Touchdown, Sun Devils!
How about that first drive by the offense? Usually script the first 10 plays. Well, I had one extra. It only took 9. Great job moving down the field, stringing plays that look like other plays together, and getting this opening drive touchdown.
Kickoff unit on the field, and this defense will be called on to protect this lead. And it'll be a touchback. The ball will come out to the 25-yard line. The Bearcats offense taking the field. First chance we have to see them today. The matchup we'll be watching in this one really takes you back. Big-time running back going right into the face of a tackling machine at linebacker, David.
Yeah, And we're going to see this individual battle a lot, not just in pass coverage when they match up, but just meeting in holes. And who's going to win when they go head-to-head, that will be a big factor in who wins this football game. But Jesse, one-on-one, this is going to be a show.
This is going to be an incredible matchup that's going to go on until there's zeros up on the clock. Both of these guys have circled this game on the calendar because they knew who they were going to be facing. Two guys we know are going to play at the next level. And I think this is probably one of the better individual matchups we're going to see all season long.
To throw, it's Wall. Under heavy pressure, lets it fly. Oh, he can't hang on to the football. A big play sitting right there for the taking, and they can't get it done early in this one. Punt is in the air. Hauls it in, looking for space. Slips through the line. Very little will make a crowd hold its breath like a punt return, and he brought them to their feet on that one. Arizona State is going back on offense, and they come out looking for a spark. Already a solid start to this one. Now back to work with this 7-0 lead. Caught in the backfield. It's Blue. Oh, he's got some space. They finally make the stop, and it's been this way this guy's whole career as a senior makes a play after the grab. And the Sun Devils come to the line after ripping off that huge gain on the ground, trying to keep it going. Wants to throw on first down. Bears the pressure. And the defense makes a play, and they get the quarterback down at the 26.
Well, that defender just was better in his one-on-one on the pass rush. He does a great job beating the offensive lineman to get to the QB.
Going to swing it on second down. Sets up the screen. That one takes it down to the 13-yard line. Man down on the play as the officials take a break to let him be checked out. The Sun Devils come to the line on 3rd and short, trying to convert here. They'll try to power their way ahead. He rumbles all the way down to the 2-yard line. He gave a little bit of everything on that one.
When the running back gets going and gets ahead of steam like that, so hard to get to the ground. That's why you blitz. That's why you bring pressure. That's why you bring more guys in the box so you can get him before he gets going. But once he got going, you could tell it was hard to get a hand on him, hard to get him to the ground.
Can the D deny them on 2nd and goal? They'll move the wide receiver. Quarterback touch pass on the jet sweep. In a world of trouble from the start, and a massive loss on that play. Looks as if we have an injury on that last play, and we'll take a break to check him out. Now 3rd and goal, and tough yardage to cover here. Back to throw, it's Bean. Buys a little time. And they get him down. They can make this a 2-possession game with a field goal, but they want to put a little distance, a little cushion to their lead. They'll go for it on 4th down. And they'll have to settle for a field goal try. It's good. And now the lead is even bigger. We check in with Kevin Connors. What's going on, Kevin?
Guys, every game in the SEC so vital to a team's season, and this one is no different. Texas stomped a mud hole en route to a double-digit win, and they did it outside of Austin city limits. That speaks to the way this coach has galvanized this team and the direction this program is headed. Going to be very interesting to see what the fallout from this one is, because as we know, you can't lose games in the SEC like this without some blowback.
Yeah, how about that? Sounds as if they had a good ball game there, Kevin. Thanks for the update. And it's incomplete. If you're going to take a hit like that, you might as well hang on to the ball.
Not many receivers like to get hit. They just don't, okay? They're prima donnas. That's what they are. That's who they are. Nice job by the defender. You could tell he was catching the football. He was going to put a hit on him to make sure he had to think about something later, and you could see the ball pop out and fall to the ground.
They'll leave it with him. That is a big win for this defense, as they were right there as soon as he got the ball.
And that's why he is an All-American caliber player. He is just so physical and dominant against the run. He's able to shed blockers, use his athleticism, use his speed, get to the ball carrier and bring him down. Simply one of the best box defenders you're going to find in the entire country.
And the Bearcats will punt it away on 4th down. This will be the second time they've had to kick it away. What a return there. Found a little running room and put his team in great position. Arizona State has the ball back in the offense, making its way onto the field. They've built a quick double-digit lead now to try to get this offense really humming. The pull and throw off the RPO. They finally make the stop, and it's been this way this guy's whole career as a senior makes a play after the grab. And the Sun Devils have it in scoring position on 1st and goal. Wants to throw. It's Bean. Looking to get it in. And they will score. Touchdown, Arizona State. These guys are really hitting their stride in week 4 as they push out that lead.
Well, this offense is top 10 in the country in points per game because they've got a lot of speed and they've got home run hitters. They score fast. They don't need 10 plays to go down the field. You saw it right there. They've recruited well. They've got playmakers. They're going to be a problem for defense. All year long.
They'll put this one in play. First snap of the drive from the 25. To the air on 1st down. Almost had the completion. Just missed it.
Obviously not the start this quarterback was hoping for, guys. He's now 0 for 4 to start the game throwing it. He just can't seem to find a rhythm. He's not finding his receivers. I'm even wondering if he's seeing the field that well at all. But no surprise. When you start the game 0 for 4 at QB, you've got no points on offense.
They finally get him on the ground, but he's got an explosive play for the 1st down.
This guy's gotten off to a good statistical start, guys, but that last completion, he's already now over 1,000 passing yards on the season, and man, you know he's looking for more.
Off the play fake on 1st down. Finds a tight end. There he goes. They are finding soft spots in this defense. He's got it down to the 25. That's the end of the quarter, and Arizona State has the lead. They largely dominated this first quarter as indicated by the stats. Big turning point as we head into the second and get this game rolling again. So 1st down here as they go back to work. They'll run play action. Under pressure, and down he goes at the 33.
This defense, they are tenacious, and they've got guys up front that are athletic and that are so strong that they can collapse the pocket. You saw it right there in that play action attempt.
That's reeled in. It's Melton. Not much running room there thanks to this senior defender. Picked up some yards on the last completion, but it's 3rd down. To the air, it's Wall. And this is going to be incomplete on 3rd down. Here comes the field goal unit as they'll try to take the 3. And very important not only to generate power, but to find his mark. A 49-yard try from the left. He splits the uprights and puts 3 on the board. That'll close the gap to 14.
Man, so many more times we're going to say, go for it, be aggressive. Nice to have a guy you can depend on, and you know you're putting 3 on the board. Nice kick, nice job.
Arizona State is going back on offense, and they come out looking for a spark. And they've found no answer so far. Already to the end zone twice, tacked on a field goal. Turning it off! Ripping off a pretty good chunk of yardage. They got it out to the 41 with a 1st down. The Sun Devils moving quickly to the line.
Well, the defense just had to chase that guy down and make a tackle after a long run, and no chance to substitute. They got to get the play call in because the offense is trying to go fast.
He is going nowhere. Stop at the line of scrimmage. They got nothing on the last play. It's 2nd and 10. Got out of trouble, got rid of it. Finds his man. It's Blue. Good pickup there as he gets the first down, and they'll mark him at the 48. And the Sun Devils come to the line with a new set of downs. Looking to throw on first down. Grab near the marker is Mayo. Gives him the big stiff arm. Inside the 15, out of bounds. The 14-yard line, the offense looking for a score. Man down on the play as the officials take a break to let him be checked out. Huge play, puts them in the red zone, and now they'll snap it 1st and 10 from the 15. They try to pop a run on the draw. He never had a chance on the draw, tackled almost as soon as he got the ball. After that last loss, it's 2nd and 12. The toss to the outside. Came through like a shot and knocked him down for a loss of 5.
You know, you're in the red zone, you bring out a bunch of tight ends on the field. So the defense, they were expecting run on that one. They were physical, and they were able to force the negative play.
On 3rd and long, he'll need to loosen up that arm. And he strides his way into the end zone. Touchdown, Sun Devils!
One of the reasons this offense is so exciting to watch, they've got guys that are dangerous after the catch. If this quarterback gets through his progression, David, he hits you in stride, these guys will take it to the house.
Man, it's your job to do the rest, right? You hit me in stride where I don't have to stop running, I don't have to break down. It makes it so easy. The connection between quarterback, wide receiver, you can tell this is a good one, and that's why they got 6 on that play.
The Bearcat offense ready to go back to work. They're down by 21 points, but you get a touchdown here, and you do at least apply a little game pressure, Jesse.
It's true. I think for them to get back in this one at this point now, they need the quarterback to play his best football. He's going to have to be good really pre-snap, David, making sure they're in the right looks, and he's got to be really good with his decision-making.
He's got to be dialed in because defensively you're giving up points. So it's not like you have the luxury of your defense playing great. The offense is going to have to score and score pretty dang quickly.
Well, that was just weird. Quarterback not even looking that guy's direction. Throws it, it gets deflected, and all of a sudden Johnny on the spot somehow is able to make that catch. Great awareness, and then he tries to advance it to make...
Breaks into the open. Lots of green grass as he gets it to the 31. They've built this offense around finding mismatches and just get the ball to the back and let him do his thing.
Yeah, it didn't have to be long down the field. Like it threw it right near the line of scrimmage, but you know I got a guy, when he gets in space, he can make big plays happen. Nice decision by the QB.
This offense has been sluggish to say the least, but finally they're on the move on 1st and 10. From the red zone, looking for a receiver. Under fire. Had to get rid of it quickly. Just had to get rid of that one. Good job to find another play. 2nd down coming up on this red zone opportunity. Defense in press coverage. The give to the back. Stopped at the 13-yard line as they try to turn this into points.
That's a fantastic play by the linebacker. He has such tremendous instincts. As soon as he sees run, he's coming downhill. He's got great speed. He gets you on the ground. That's why he's one of the best linebackers in the entire country.
Dropping back, it's Wall. They get enough rush, and it pays off. The sack at the 20. And they'll send the field goal team back out for the 2nd time tonight. They pick the spot. It's going to be about a 37-yard attempt. He splits the uprights.
And you want a touchdown and you want to be aggressive, but man, right down the middle, that obviously gives... confidence down the road that I can trust this guy.
They were able to get a field goal on the board, and now they'll kick it away. Here he comes from inside his own 5. Arizona State has the ball back and the offense making its way onto the field. They unleashed an aerial assault last time that took them right to the end zone, David.
So, Reese, with that drive, I think you've accomplished something you wanted to accomplish. Make this defense think. You put them back on their heels. Now, shoot, Palmer, you might be able to slip a few runs in on this drive to really jack them up.
Yeah, I like that idea, but I also like the fact that speed kills. They've got it at the receiver position, so if you got one-on-one matchups, man, take advantage.
He's got it on the right. And a good job in coverage there as they stop it after just a few.
On defense, man, it helps you a lot when you can be a linebacker or a corner or some safety, anybody, and you see the QB throw the football. Now I can break on the football right away and limit gains like right here on this play.
Finally corralled, but not before. He picks up the first down. The Sun Devils come to the line with a fresh set of downs. Looking to throw on first down. Grabbed over the middle. It's Blue. Good execution. They move the sticks, and they've got it at the 33. The magic bean is spinning out of control. Already over 200 yards in the first half.
Yeah, they're being aggressive offensively, throwing the football, trying to take advantage of this defense on the back end. They've got their quarterback right now in a groove.
And he's tackled, but there's also a flag on the field. Let's see what the call is. Holding penalties, the ultimate drive killer. We'll see if it costs this offense here. Looking for a productive play on first down. Back to pass, it's Bean. With the catch, it's Blue. And they're able to get him on the ground.
And I love when my quarterback sees zoned and knows exactly where to go with the football. Sees the wide receiver running the drag route, knows when to throw it, pulls the trigger for the easy completion.
Finds his tight end. Stopped after a good pickup, and he'll be just a tad short of the first down.
It's so important that this offense is able to stay on schedule. And what that means is keeping third downs manageable. That last completion to the tight end accomplished just that. Really nice play call.
He gets it oh so close to the first down marker, but I think he's going to be a touch short.
The big fella in the middle, man. Those defensive tackles, they go such a long way in deciding and really stopping the other team's run game. Just forcing
converts on fourth down, still going. Just across the 20 with a first down at the 19. They've marched to the red zone, and here they go. Grabbed in the middle, it's Blue. They get it down to the 7 on that pass play in prime position for a score. We've got a timeout here late in the first half, and they'll try to get more points on the board before the break. Looking to throw. And the heat gets there, and they get him down at the 14-yard line. Defense rose up deep in its own end on that last play. Now a second and long coming. He's got it on the move. Touchdown, Arizona State! Made the grab and then did the rest himself, and they put points on the board.
And we are officially in blowout mode. This offense has been up and down the field. We've seen so many explosive plays, and they score again before going in at halftime, guys. I'm hoping we can have a running clock here in the second half.
And he'll just take a knee, and this drive will start at the 25. Here comes the Cincinnati offense back on the field. On the one hand, it's good to get points, but you can't keep settling for field goals on these drives if you want to win the football game. So let's see how they play it in this final 30 seconds of the first half. They pick up half of it. It'll be 2nd and 5.
And I kind of like how the running back didn't mess around. Like, just get downhill when you see an opening. A lot of times they close so fast, man. Be decisive, stick your foot in the ground, pick up 3 to 4, and we are not going to complain.
That's going to wrap up the first half here, and now we join Kevin with the halftime update.
Thanks, guys. Looks like we've got a terrific atmosphere there in Tempe. And how do we possibly begin without singing the praises of this receiver? His ability to find gaps, run textbook routes, and then show that breakaway speed. He simply is the total package. How this secondary responds, whether they try to double team him or get aggressive at the line, that'll be the story of this second half. With that said, let's send it back to the guys at Mountain America Stadium.
Bearcat offense ready to go back to work. Huge deficit to start this third quarter. They just need to find something to build a little confidence.
Yeah, it hasn't gone well. When you're trailing by this much, this first drive, man, does everything matter and hinge on this? Because every possession in the second half is going to be critical.
Yeah, and I think if you're on offense, why hold back? What are you worried about? Nothing went well in the first half for you, and at this point, trailing by as much as you are, throw caution to the wind, be aggressive, and let's just see what happens.
Man, those are frustrating because you know you're supposed to catch that, you're supposed to secure it. It's going to happen, but it's just frustrating for those receivers. Just tap the chest. My bad, dog.
After the incompletion, it's 2nd and 10 from their own 25. He'll keep it himself. Oh, he's got some space. Bulldozes his way through. Inside the 30. The 10. Touchdown, Cincinnati! He would not be denied.
The defense has got to do a better job of taking the most dangerous man. That's the guy with the football in his hands. Force him to do something with it. You can't just let him keep the ball and go score.
And for a quick update, let's go to Kevin Connors in the studio.
Guys, it's a final now in one of the more intriguing games of the week, that notable ACC clash. Wake Forest is going to enjoy the trip back to Winston-Salem after a rock-solid performance. And you take care of business on the road and you stack wins there at home, and suddenly it's quite the resume. One thing we can always count on in the ACC is a spirited battle and a game that will make waves all along the Eastern Seaboard.
Kevin, thanks a lot for that one. Sounds as if they had a good one there. They opened up this drive, getting all the way out to the 35, and now it's first down again. They'll go to the ground. Still on his feet at the 45. There he goes. Inside the touchdown, Sun Devils. And the pummeling has started.
Well, if you were wondering if this offense was going to be more conservative in the second half after all the success they had in that first period, think again. They waste no time taking a shot on their opening drive early on. They've already scored a touchdown here. This defense continues to be on their heels.
And it'll be a touchback. The ball will come out to the 25-yard line. Here comes the Cincinnati offense back on the field. Last time they had it, they took it down the field for a touchdown. They can build some confidence that they could go back-to-back scoring drives here.
Yeah, and remember, it's not uncommon for offenses to find themselves as the game goes on. They had some things not go their way early, but they found something last drive, David. Let's see if they can build on it.
Yeah, you just pick and pick and pick until you find that place where you're like, okay, this is an advantage I have. They clearly found that dude. They score here. We're in for a ball game.
They'll snap it from the 39, 1st and 10. Pulls it and fires to the left. Didn't pick up a lot there, moved it forward just a few. 2nd down coming up. Motion from the wide receiver. Looking downfield, it's Wall. And here's a fumble way behind the line. Defense falls on the ball. Going to be a turnover.
Those are hard for offensive linemen when they get beat. You're going, no, look out for your blind side. Watch out. But great job rushing the quarterback, getting him on the ground, and getting the football out. A little extra bonus. Nice job by the defense.
There he goes. And he slipped through the crowd, and he'll house it. Touchdown, Arizona State. grabbed the 25th of his career.
Not surprising either. When you've got this guy's ability at that position, quarterbacks are going to be looking for you. 25 touchdown catches, that's an impressive figure.
Yeah, he's definitely one of those guys that have been so big time. Big time moments, clutch plays, makes those contested catches. He's a guy that can do everything, and that's why he's putting up such great stats.
The Bearcat offense ready to go back to work. This one feels as if it's starting to get away from them a little bit, Jesse.
Yeah, Reese, there's a lot of teams in college football at this point that would just quit. So, David, we're going to find out a lot about this team right here.
Yeah, just running out of opportunities. You give opportunities away like this, you're trailing. Every possession is going to be important from here on out.
Out across the 30, steps out of bounds at the 31-yard line as they try to put something together. Looking to fire. And the ball comes out. What a disastrous play. Defense trying to take it back. Touchdown, Sun Devils. How about this defense taking one back to the house? The kick is up and good and put one more on the lead.
And the defense comes with the blitz. Nice job getting to the quarterback. And don't just get there. Try to strip that football out. They get the QB to the ground. The ball's out. They scoop it up, take it all the way back to the house for 6.
Here comes the Cincinnati offense back on the field. This thing has sort of gotten away the last couple of possessions. They've been a little too generous, David.
Yeah, like a non-profit, man, like a charity, giving the football away too much. Got to take care of the football, Jesse. Otherwise, you got no shot to win this football game.
You're right, man. At this level of college football, it doesn't matter how talented you are. It doesn't matter who you're playing. If you're sloppy and you put the football on the ground or you throw picks, you're going to find yourself behind on the scoreboard.
He's got him. He's brought down quickly. Minimal gain there. Still a bit short of the first down.
And these quarterbacks have to really trust their wide receivers that they're going to be disciplined, run to the right route when they're throwing that ball to the outside like that, because those corners are sitting there on the inside, and the worst thing that could happen is to miss inside and that cornerback be going the other direction.
Gets it out to about the 35-yard line. That's where they'll mark him out of bounds, and this offense trying to put something together. Looking for a crease. It's Dykes. Stopped in the backfield. He's going to lose 3 yards on the play. Looks as if we have an injury on that last play, and we'll take a break to check him out. Back to pass. It's Wall. Rushes on him. Slips a tackle. And we might as well state the obvious. First and second down didn't work out. Third and very long. And the pressure was too much. They get him at the 15.
And I wish I could bring you some hope, but, man, this defense, again, they already got the lead. They got their ears pinned back. They're rushing the quarterback. I know this one's over, but offensively, let's find a way to protect our guy, put something together. Maybe we find a way to make this respectable at some point in the football game.
He's going to get loose. They won't get him. It's a touchdown. That return man saw daylight the instant the ball touched his hands, and he darted to it and took it to the house.
And, Reese, I think it's one of the hardest things to do in football, to catch the ball as all these guys are flying around you, and you got to take it, make a miss, try to find spaces and creases that aren't there. Great job making a huge play. Special teams and punt returns coming up big.
They're set to kick it off. You think this crowd's going to get loud when their defense comes on the field? And he'll just take a knee, and this drive will start at the 25. The Bearcat offense ready to go back to work. They really didn't move the ball at all the last time they had it, hoping for better fortune this time around. Looking downfield on first down. And that incomplete pass caused by the big hit on first down. Second down coming.
Well, you can see the frustration on this guy's face. He's one of the best receivers in college football, and they knew coming into this game that he had to get touches, but you can't say enough about how good this defense has been defending him. They've always had an answer, whether it's single coverage, double coverage, man or zone. They have not let him go off, and that's a big reason why they're winning this game.
You know what? Everybody gets energized on the whole football team when you got running backs that fight for extra yards and breaks tackles. It's awesome to watch. Everybody literally gets a little jolt of energy because that guy continues to fight for everything he gets.
Defense came into this one prepared for these quick receiver screen passes. Nice job beating blocks at the point of attack and rallying to the football.
Plenty of distance between them and the sticks here on second down. Looking to throw, it's Wall. Quickly complete. And he'll make his way out of bounds after the solid pickup. They've got a good chunk of ground to cover on 3rd and long from the 41. From the gun, wants to pass. Oh, he's going to try to get it all here. Oh, he had it. The deep ball was there, and it just trickled through his fingers. And the Bearcats will send out the punt unit. He's getting a lot of work. 4th time he's punted tonight. He'll try to field the punt and see if he can give his offense better field position. Cover guys do their job, and they get him stopped at the 22-yard line. Arizona State is going back on offense, and they come out looking for a spark. They'll snap this one to start the drive from their own 22. This offense has really been clicking in the game so far, Jesse.
No doubt. Everything their play caller is dialing up, these guys offensively have been able to go out and execute.
Yeah, and it's just maintaining the lead. Keep doing what you've been doing. You got a big lead. Let's just keep piling it on until they find an answer.
Leaves it with the back. Works ahead for a couple. They'll stop him at the 27.
Man, it's really hard to control the running game if you don't control the line of scrimmage. And how about the defensive line doing a great job attacking those guys up front, not open up lanes to run through. Nice job just nullifying that run altogether.
Really nice job there to pick up the first down and get it to their own 41. We'll see if they have enough time to get another snap before the clock hits 0. Wants to go up top on first down. He's got an open man. He was just a breath from taking that one all the way, and he'll run that momentum right into the 4th quarter. That's the end of the quarter, and Arizona State has the lead. And this beatdown is close to completion as we reach the end of 3. Let's take a look at how we got here. They go back to work in the final period of this one. It's a draw. Not a whole lot of room as he gets a couple inside the 30 to the 29.
And here's the mindset if you're on offense. 4th quarter, you've got a huge lead. Obviously, you're going to run the football, but just be aware of the clock. You don't want to snap it too quickly. You're probably just doing safe runs inside the tackles like you saw right there. You've just got to execute. You've got to be aware, but you've got this game in hand so long as you don't turn it over.
And the Sun Devils come to the line on 3rd down, trying to keep this drive alive. From the gun, they'll try to impose their running game. That'll be enough for the first down, and now they've got it at the 15-yard line. This offense needs to avoid getting in its own head, getting domed up with its play calling in the red zone. Caught over the middle. It's Blue. Touchdown, Arizona State! Made the grab and took it on in for the score. They extend the lead here in the 4th, and after stumbling early, about to push their record to 3-1. And let's check in with Kevin Connors in the studio. Kevin?
All right, guys, got a final score on one of the more intriguing games this week. Notre Dame took care of business and left little doubt in doing so. Kind of felt like how that 2012 Irish team led by Manti Te'o would just take the will of opposing teams. Impressive to watch. All that speculation all week, and now we know And something tells me, fellas, we haven't heard the last of either of these teams.
And Kevin Connors keeping an eye on everything all over the country. Sounds like they had a good one there. Wants to throw on first down. Makes the grab. And the defense settled in to stop that one for a short gain.
And this offense just hasn't found a way to kind of open it up. Like, they haven't found those explosive plays. It feels like the defense is kind of strangling them and staying really close to the line of scrimmage because of their lack of their big play ability over the top. This offense has to dial something up.
Back to pass. It's complete. He's close to the first down, and they're going to mark him just a little short.
And that is exactly where the football was supposed to go. Offensive coordinators call drag routes, anticipating man coverage. Even though the ball's only traveling 2, 3, 4 yards down the field, if the receiver is able to get a rub and create some separation and the quarterback hits him in stride, that little completion, that can turn into a 20, 30-yard gain.
They thought they could just run it on 3rd and short, but this defense was there to make the stop. The Bearcats decide to punt it away. That leg is staying loose, already the 5th kick of the night. Hauls it in and looking upfield. He gets it up to the 34-yard line before he stopped, and that's where the offense will set up shop. Single back formation, and they give it to it. Pass the sticks and still on his feet. Flying down the right side. And he ran away from the defense to take it in. Touchdown, Sun Devils. They put another score on the board as they try to push this winning streak to 3.
And it hasn't mattered what they've called guys offensively all game long or who's been on the field, what personnel groupings there have been. They're simply executing at a higher level than this defense, and they're keeping their foot on the pedal here in the 4th quarter.
Cincinnati, 13.
And it'll be a touchback. The ball will come out to the 25-yard line. Here comes the Cincinnati offense back on the field. Their drive chart is starting to look a little monotonous. Punt, 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 David.
And their defense is starting to get a little frustrated, too. They just keep putting me back on the field, possession after possession. Jesse, this offense needs to get their heads out of their you-know-whats.
The punter's on the sideline with the oxygen mask right now. He's been playing so much. He's not used to this. This offense, they just got to stay on the field. They've got to put a drive together and get some balance going, running and throwing the ball.
He's going to throw deep right side. Hits him in stride inside the 10. And he just kept running, and he ran away from the crowd, and he'll take it in. Touchdown, Bearcats!
And this has been a rough day for this offense, and finally, some good things to happen. Build some momentum maybe for the future. You know, that's the way the coaches spin it when you're getting beat up and you're getting destroyed. Like, listen, let's find something for the future. Let's keep fighting. Let's keep working. This team's done that, put some points on the board, so it's not all bad.
He was looking for more running room, but none to be found as he stopped at the 23. Arizona State has the ball back, and the offense making its way onto the field. He's taking the shot. He's got it along the sideline. Finds some room. And he got away from the defense and takes it in. Touchdown, Arizona State. They've built a little cushion and now closer to getting a victory here in Week 4.
Points, points, and more points. This offense has had their way. They just keep their foot on the gas, keep putting up points, keep putting up touchdowns. And you know what? This is one of those stats days. You look back and you're like, that guy had 12 touchdowns in the year. Well, 4 or 5 of them might have been in this game.
And the offense takes the field, ready to go back to work. And the physical play there forces the incompletion on first down.
At this point in the game in the 4th quarter, it is going to be tough for this offense to get some completions here because now, trailing by this much, the defense is expecting pass, and they're putting a whole bunch of extra DBs on the field to help them out in coverage.
He is stopped behind the line of scrimmage. They'll lose yards on that one.
And I don't like the play call, guys. Screen pass at this point in the game against the defense, playing big zones, prevent, trying to keep the ball in front. It's just not going to work. You've got to take shots offensively.
Bringing the heat. Looking deep. And that'll be incomplete. They certainly weren't afraid to take a shot there, and now it's 4th down. Man down on the play as the officials take a break to let him be checked out. The Bearcats will line up to punt it away. They'll be forced to kick for the 6th time tonight. Here's the return. And you make the stop, and that is exactly what you want out of your punt cover unit. Arizona State is going back on offense, and they come out looking for a spark. Boy, that last touchdown, the one-play quick strike score. Jesse, this offense hoping to keep that kind of explosiveness going.
And I don't know if they're going to get the same looks defensively because of just how explosive that play was, Reese. David, they may be seeing a little bit more off coverage on this drive and maybe some softer boxes to run into.
And when you make that kind of explosive play, you're going to put the defense on its heels. They're going to be a little bit more conservative. So this offense approach now, maybe I don't have to go deep. I can go a little bit short.
He lofts it high and deep down the left side. Makes the grab. And they're going to put another one into the end zone as they just keep piling points on the scoreboard.
And this always is the debate of where you fall. It's your job to stop me or I should get conservative. Because this offense obviously has had themselves a day. And apparently their day's not over. They're going to continue to keep scoring. And the defense better do something about it.
The Bearcat offense ready to go back to work. They didn't get much done the last time they had it, and to punt it away from deep in their own territory, hoping this drive will be more productive. They'll run the RPO and throw it right. He'll work and weave his way all the way up to the 45 before going out of bounds. And the Bearcats just got that huge run. They love another explosive play. To the air on 1st down. Intercepted. Man, they just can't get anything going. Bringing it back. And he's going to run it all the way back. Touchdown, Sun Devils!
Dude, you didn't think it could get any worse, right? You thought this game's over as it is anyways. Offense still throwing the football, still trying to make plays, and the defense just continues to pour it on, gets the pick, makes its way all the way to the end zone.
And he'll just take a knee, and this drive will start at the 25. Here comes the Cincinnati offense back on the field. Well, the good news is they threw a touchdown pass last time. It was just to the wrong team, Jesse.
Well, that's an unfortunate part of the game for quarterbacks, but guess what? They do happen. So you've got to be able to turn the page here and lead this offense.
Well, I think you know this defense is going to be aggressive. They're going to jump routes. They're going to play aggressive. You got to take advantage of that. Maybe use that this time to your advantage.
Plenty of work to do here on 2nd and long.
Here we go.
Sends it back in motion. 2nd down, he'll throw it. He's taking a deep shot. And that one falls incomplete, trying to get a chunk play on that one.
And this is just one of those days, man, where everything has gone wrong, right? Like they just haven't been in a rhythm. They haven't got it going and never built the momentum. This is one of those days that you learn from, you try to grow from. A lot of things that we're going to show in the film room that people aren't going to like, but hopefully you can learn from it and do better next time.
He gets the job done, picking up the 1st down, then getting down. The Bearcats come to the line with a new set of downs. Looking to throw on 1st down. Now he's going to glide away from pressure. And he has a solid gain on the play before sliding.
You know, QBs want to make those big plays. They want to put up the big stats. But when nothing's there, sometimes you just tuck the ball, get a minimal gain. I like the slide, by the way, too. Get down and don't take a big hit.
A deep throw as the clock winds down. What a spectacular grab there as they try to finish this game with a little something to feel good about. And he crosses the goal line and gets the touchdown, but way too little, way too late. But they still do count it for 6.
And a nice touchdown, continuing to fight, continuing to play. This one, it's pretty much over. Down multiple possessions this late in the football game. It would take a miracle, but nice job by this offense continuing to fight, push the ball down the field, make plays.
He stopped short of the 20 at the 19 and probably wishes he'd just taken the touchback. So they start this drive from inside their own 20 at the 19-yard line. The offense changing the play. Looking downfield, it's Bean. He'll off one deep down the left side. Hauls it in down the sideline. And they're going to score again. Yet another touchdown as they just add to their total.
Pure domination all game long for this offense. Whether they've been running the football, whether they've been throwing the football, critical down and distances, situationally all up and down the field. This defense has had no answer for these guys. What an impressive performance by the O.
And it'll be a touchback. The ball will come out to the 25-yard line. The Bearcat offense ready to go back to work. This one has pretty much been a bludgeoning, but they'll try to finish with something positive late.
Well, they ran into a buzzsaw today, and I don't think it would matter what type of X's and O's they're out there executing, David. Jimmy's and the Joes, they're just not as good as the opponent today.
And as an athlete, it sometimes hits you in the face and it stinks, but you're not good enough. And today they were not good enough. And I'm going to do the best I can to try to flush this down the toilet, not remember it, forget it, move on for the next game. Maybe something right here I can create positive that carries over to practice and maybe next week.
Lost to fire on second down. And the pressure gets there. And down he goes at the 18. After not really playing their best earlier this season, people said, this team is bad. Now they won 3 in a row. This team is good. People are fickle.
Yeah, and we're probably the ones who were saying that a little bit, Reese, because they were struggling. It didn't look like they knew who they were, and they didn't have the momentum going. But now they've definitely got it together, Jesse, and they look like a different team.
They sure do, David. We know teams get better or they get worse over the course of a season. This team right now, completely different. Almost the polar opposite than what we saw earlier this year. And I'll tell you, look at their schedule and who they've got left. Those teams better be careful. This team is coming for them.
That's going to do it from here. For David Pollack and Jesse Palmer, I'm Reese Davis, and you've been watching another presentation of EA Sports College Football.